Students, whatever homework is given to you, you have to submit it on the very next day between 8 am to 1 pm to the given WhatsApp number, and it is compulsory to submit your homework as your attendance will be marked on the basis of your submission.
Dear students, myself Mr. Goswami. Today we are going to learn economics chapter number 1, graphs in economics. Now first we think why we use the graph. So we thought that whenever we try to draw the graph, first we require data. So first, what is data? Any information we collect numerically, that is known as data. Any information, only not information, the information which we collect or represent numerically in number, that information is known as data. In India, every 10 years census is there, and in census we collect the data, and whenever we require, we use that data to make the future plan. So now first, what is data again? Information which we represent numerically is known as data. Now we collect the data, analyze, and then take the decision, and we use that data in drawing graph. Now here aspects to be considered while drawing a diagram or graph. That means what things should be in our mind when any data we represent in the graph or a diagram. So first, types of diagram or types of graph. There are so many types of data. Now, which type of data is convenient for us to draw the diagram or graph? So here we choose the types of diagrams according to given data. Now here first simple bar diagram, then cluster bar diagram, then pie chart, time series. So many types of graph or diagram, but we select only one which is suitable for our given data. So if the simple information given or the single information given, then we choose simple bar diagram. But suppose two or more than two informations are given, then we choose cluster bar diagram. Or suppose 4 or 5 or 6 types of informations are given, then we select pie chart. And other one is time series. In cricket match, you see the run rate of Australia, the run rate of India. So on that time we represent the data in bar diagram or time series. So whenever any data given, first you think in your mind which diagram is suitable to your given data. So first you select which type of diagram you need. After that, clarity. Here, whenever you represent any data in graph, clarity is there, because if you understand the graph, only then you can analyze or take the decision. So clarity is there. If any confusion is there, then you can't understand. So we think whenever we represent the data in the graph, clarity is there. That's why the student can easily understand. Graph is important because even normal people can understand this thing easily. But the condition is that diagram or the graph is clear. Now the third one, measures. In statistics, when we make the classes, so on that time, what is the distance between two classes? So that is your measurement. So here normally, whenever you measure, we can select the measure in multiple of 5 or 10 or 100. So that is very easily we can represent on the graph. Now here measure. Why? Because without measure you can't represent the data on the graph. After that, knowledge about axis. In the mathematics, whenever we draw the graph, x-axis and y-axis. So whenever we try to represent any data in the graph, first you have the knowledge regarding the axis. What should be represented on x-axis and what should be represented on y-axis. So you have the knowledge regarding the axis. Normally we see here, this is your y-axis, this is your x-axis. So what should be represented on x-axis and what should be represented on y-axis? These things you have in your mind when you represent any data in the graph. So normally on x-axis, non-variable things be represented. Only non-variable things will be represented. So here on x-axis, just like time, place, area, name of the countries, this kind of the information we represent on x-axis. All these are non-variable things. So we can represent only non-variable things on x-axis. Now on y-axis, all the variables. That means rate of population, rate of poverty, unemployment, national income. These are variable because here changing are occurred, increase or decrease. So here rate of population, unemployment, poverty rate, national income of country, these are the things we represent on y-axis. So you have the knowledge regarding the axis. Otherwise, you can't clarify what we should represent on x-axis and what we should represent on y-axis. So the problem will be there. So you have the knowledge, the clear knowledge. This thing only on x-axis, this thing only on y-axis. After that, source. Here, data we collect from where? We have some sources, and that from there we collect the data. Just like here, World Development Report. World Development Report. This is one of the source for collecting data. After that, World Bank. From there also we can collect the data. Then Central Statistical Organization, CSO, Central Statistical Organization. After that, here RBI also provide some types of data to us. So these are the sources from where we can collect the data. Again, one thing you remember here, full forms of all this will be asked in examination. So WDR, World Development Report, WB, World Bank, not worldwide, CSO, Central Statistical Organization, and RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So these are the sources from where we collect the data. After that, method of calculating the data. Method of calculating the data. So now there are two methods for collecting the or calculating the data. One is the mathematics and second is statistics. So which type of data you have? According to the data, you can apply any one method to analyze the data. One is mathematics, second is statistical. So these two types of method, any information we collect and analyze. Now here, again, what should you consider in your mind? First one, types of graph or data, then clarity, then measure. Here one thing remember, in measure, your graph is not very small or not very large, because there is limitation in our notebook. If you represent the data in the small graph, then how can we see? Or you choose the measure very large, then your graph is very large. So problem is there. Whenever we choose the data, first measure. So the difference there is 10 or 5 or 20 or 50 or 100 or 200 or 500. So data is given. First you see which is the highest number, and that highest number is divided by any of these. So your graph is not very large, your graph is not very small. Normally, for our convenience, we draw the graph not less than 5 or not more than 50. So here, suppose the highest number is 120. So here divided by 10. So here 12 your answer. So 12, normally we can represent this data in the graph. Otherwise, you take 120 and here is 20. So 2 6 are. So 6 column is there. So in this way you measure your graph. That's why your graph is not very small and not very large. Now knowledge about axis. What should you represent on x-axis and what should you represent on y-axis? So we explained already. Here on x-axis non-variable things and on y-axis only variable things. Then sources. These are the sources from where we collect the data, and method of calculating the data. Two methods, mathematics and statistics. Thank you very much.